Hey guys, it is day one of Grinchathon and I'm here to check in. It's only 11:30, but I've done quite a bit of reading this morning. I actually started this yesterday, which is not on my TBR at all, and I'm already almost finished. So I've read the last half of this morning. I'm going to finish up the rest of it and then move on to my Grinchathon TBR. I have actually started Stalking Jack the Ripper. I downloaded it as an audiobook and I am adoring it so far. I'm only 16 pages in because I listened to it as I got ready. The narrator has a British accent, so that's great. It's, makes it more enjoyable. But I am loving the tale of this young woman who is studying forensics and has to conceal her identity as a woman because they only let males do that at the time. So she is with her uncle in his class and they are learning how to figure out the cause of death of a murder. And it's kind of very primitive for where it is in the time period of the forensics of it. So that's kind of intriguing and kind of gross at the same time. I'm already at chapter 3 and I can't wait to figure out what happens next. I am getting ready to leave with my parents to go down the road about an hour for lunch and do some shopping. And after I finish the letter, I'm going to dig into the 57 bus. I think this is going to be the quickest of my must-get-to reads for the Grinchathon. And I will let you know what I think as the day progresses. So happy Grinchathon! Good luck! Let's do this! I am waiting for my parents to get out of Kohl's. It has been a long day. We got some really good Italian food, and then we went to the mall, and then we went to Marshall's, and yeah, just got some walking in, I guess. Didn't do a whole bunch of shopping. I got a couple of really cute backpacks for my nieces for Christmas to put the books I got them in. I guess that was my one bookish purchase of the day. TJ Maxx and Marshalls actually have really cute paper products, and so I picked up a planner for 2018 to do my video planning and my blog planning and all that jazz. On the way here, I did finish the letter, and I stinking loved this book. I actually convinced my mom to pick it up when I finished, which that doesn't happen often, and so she's going to give it a shot. So I will definitely be talking about this in my 2017 wrap-up video and my favorites video, so stay tuned for that if you want to hear more about this, because I think more people should be reading it. So while I wait for my parents to get back out here, I might as well pick up the 57 bus and get started. I'm not sure how much I'll get done before the sun goes down because it's about that time, and we have an hour to drive, and I gotta get ready for work and all that stuff for the week. It'll be a short week because break is just around the corner, but I will check back in later with my thoughts on the beginning of this one. Apparently was so good that she had to read it in the car with her cell phone, so that's so great. My job here is done, but not really. I did read only 20 pages of this today. The beginning part kind of sets up the setting for inside the bus itself and then Oakland, California, and then it breaks into part 1, which is from Sasha's point of view. And it is interesting just in the fact that I have never read a book with someone as a main character that is non-gender conforming. I think it's the other way around. They say it as gender non-conforming in the book. And so instead of he or she, the pronoun is they. And it's just something that I'm going to have to get used to, because naturally in your brain when you say they, you're thinking of more than one person. And in this case, it's not. It's talking about Sasha. So that's just going to be a new point of view that I have to kind of get used to. And so I'm intrigued to continue on in this and learn more about Sasha and the crime that changed their life. I'll get it, I promise. So yeah, this was day 1, and tomorrow obviously would be day 2. I'm excited to read some more. This week will be a short week at work, so 2.5 days. And for me, as the librarian, it's basically just check out so we can make sure that kids get all their books for break. And it'll be good because I'll get to see everybody in a very short amount of time. But I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's night 2 of Grinchathon and it's almost 10 o'clock and I am checking in for the first time. Go figure. I've gotten to page 92 in listening of Stalking Jack the Ripper, and yes, I am still really loving this one. The voices are great, but also the storyline and trying to figure out who is doing the murders and if they're involved in the forensics community. And then I've also made some more of a dent in the 57 bus. I have just finished part 1, which is all about Sasha, who is the non-gender conforming character in the story. Not character, because it's a true story, I suppose. So I am actually learning quite a lot from this part of the book. I've learned that gender is what you feel inside, and sex is the organs on the outside. Sexuality is the category that you're physically attracted to, and romantic is your romantic attraction, which I didn't know there was a difference between sexuality and romantic attraction, so that was interesting. And then the next pages give you like definitions of each one of those vocabulary words, I guess, within that specific category of gender, sex, sexuality, romantic attraction. So that was interesting and very informing. I'm doing better in processing they as who Sasha is, instead of expecting like a he or a she, or misunderstanding what they is like in a plural sense. And so that's great. Being, I guess, from Kansas in a small town, I actually only know one transgender person in real life. I have never actually met someone that is of the pronoun of they. So this is interesting, and I want to know more so I can become better educated myself. So yeah, that's just kind of getting the gist of that. So there was an interesting fact at the end of part 1. Sasha was trying to petition for a gender spot, like on a driver's license, instead of just being male or female. And Sasha did get 27,000 signatures on that petition, and so that was enough for the White House to give them a response. But during that same time, a petition was going out for the Death Star to be made, like actually build a Death Star. And there were 34,000 signatures on that, which is stupid. Because of that Death Star incident, they upped it to having to have 100,000 signatures to get a response from the petition. And so Sasha never got a response on that. So that kind of stinks, but that was an interesting fact and tells you how stupid our country really is. Sorry if you're a Star Wars fan, but it is what it is. Now ready for part 2, which is going to be the backstory of Richard, who is the other side of this incident. And it's only about 40 pages, so I definitely want to get through that section tonight so I can power through the rest of the story. So the chapters are short, and it's going well, and I'm going to keep on going until I get that part done. I will check in later. Hey guys, it is night 3 of Grinchathon. It's only 5:45, even though it looks way later outside. I only listened to my audiobook on the way to work, on the way home, so not really a whole bunch of reading has gone on yet today. And there wasn't an update at the end of yesterday because I fell asleep. So I didn't get to my goal of reading the part 2 of Richard, so that is next on my list. It was a busy day at work. I had my mock Newberry book club with the 5th graders, and it was our last one before we vote on what we think is our favorite and what the adults should pick in January, because kids should get to vote. It's the best kids book of the year. Come on, like, whatever. So the kids are gonna vote, we're gonna have a party, but today was our last day, so I have 40 5th graders that signed up this year, and I cannot be happier. Last year was our first year with 12 kids, and this year 40 kids signed up, and so I'm very grateful because we only had like 75 5th graders, and they all signed up to read 8 big chapter books in one semester. And now they want to start their own book clubs with their friends, and so my heart is full and thankful for those kids. So anyways, that was a side note. I'm gonna do some reading with this. I'm gonna do a little snacking with my new fave, Thin Crisps. The honey mustard is better, but this is all of our little grocery store has right now. And of course, my Sonic drink, Diet Vanilla Coke. I'll check back in later. Hopefully I will get in on some Twitter sprints tonight, so I need to check out Twitter. So I will see you guys over there. It is now 6:30 and I just finished part 2 of the 57 bus. It was just kind of the layout of Richard's life and how he got to where he is based off of his family history, a lot of the history of drugs and gang violence in Oakland, California. And the kid's really a good kid, so the next part is the crime itself, which is a little over 100 pages. So I'm interested to see, like, what's the catalyst for him all of a sudden to make this silly choice to set someone on fire, because he sounds like he's a great kid and he wants to do great things and like all those kind of things, even though his surroundings are not that way at all. So that would be my goal for the rest of the night, is to get through part 3, which is a little over 100 pages. I did participate in that reading sprint that was just going on, except I read like 7 minutes past because I got into it, but I tried, and I'll keep trying throughout the night. What else? Oh, one thing I do like about this book is the chapters are really short, so it feels like you're going fast, and so hopefully I can get through to my goal tonight. Hey guys, it is day 4 of Grinchathon, and I just need a little change of pace. It's been a good day. We are out for a break, so that's exciting. Mentally, it's been a rough day in the breast cancer community, just from people I know going through reoccurrences, and then another young woman that I know who passed away this morning. So I just need a change of pace and away from like crime and death, and I'm going to pick up Every Heart a Doorway. It's a super short read, fantasy read, so I will check in later. I hope you guys are having a good day. And just a random side note, my dog has finally figured out that when I lay down to read on my little couch, he should do the same thing over there. It's awesome. It is the morning of day 5 already, and it is the first day of Christmas break. I'm so excited. It is 9 o'clock, and I have already been to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned, so that's done for the day. I was going to film a few videos, like a haul, a tag, and a treatment update for breast cancer, but honestly, I just kind of want to stay in comfy clothes and read and relax all day until I have to go over to a friend's house to help her make some vinyl shirts for Disney World, because they get to go. Super jealous. So that'll be fun. I also want to get some Christmas decorations up. I know there's only like 4 days left till Christmas, but I gotta get something up and going because I still honestly have Halloween decorations on the buffet in my living room, so we gotta fix that. So my game plan for the day is to finish listening to Stalking Jack the Ripper. I have 3 hours and 20 minutes left of that, so I think that's doable. And then I'll be finishing Every Heart a Doorway. I am about halfway through this, and I am really liking it. Like I said, it's a quick read because it's a short one. And it reminds me a lot of the X-Men school, and X-Men is my favorite movie. And so I'm enjoying that. And it also just turned into like a murder mystery, like halfway through. So I definitely want to figure out what's next in this. And then lastly, I hope to finish the rest of the 57 bus, just so I get some finished reads underneath my belt and can move on. So I'm gonna get started in on reading for the day with Every Heart a Doorway. Gonna finish that one up. And while I do that, I'm going to test out the drink concoction that Zoe from Read by Zoe always makes. It is a package of hot chocolate. Poured over that is hazelnut coffee and then marshmallows on top. So I'm excited to test this out, see what I think. It sounds like the perfect wintry drink to go with this time of the season, even though in Kansas there's no snow. It's actually pretty warm, but hopefully that'll change in the next week. So I'll check in later throughout the day on how the reading is going and what I think of the books that I'm finishing today. So the coffee verdict is actually pretty promising. It is yummy. It's very sugary, so it's not an every single cup type of thing, but it's definitely a once in a while indulgence, I suppose. So I'm gonna drink my coffee, enjoy my book, and hopefully the next time I check in, I can tell you that I have finished a book. Fingers crossed. Alright, it is the morning of day 6, and yeah, I really didn't check in yesterday. There was a lot going on, and I got a lot of reading done. I did finish Every Heart a Doorway last night, It is probably one of the most gruesome fantasy murder mysteries, probably the only one I've actually ever read. And I was super impressed with everything that was packed into this super short book. And I almost immediately wanted to go into reading the next one, but I held myself back because I have to get some other books done for Grinchathon. So I think I'm going to save the next book, which is like Down with the Sticks and Bones, for the Cramathon next week. And then last night, I got everything but 1 hour done of the audiobook of Stalking Jack the Ripper. And I got to the point that like it was the wow factor, like blew your mind. And it was one of those moments where you're thinking, I don't want to know how this ends. I don't want to know anymore. I don't want the book to end. And so I stopped and I waited and I finished it this morning while I was getting ready. And it was really good. And I'll share my thoughts on that in the wrap up. This is another one I'm really tempted to buy the audiobook and listen to it today while I'm cleaning my house. So that might happen even though that wasn't planned. And I wasn't really feeling the 57 bus yesterday, so I skipped that. I might pick it up today, who knows. And instead, I started Checkmate by Stephen James. I am 50 pages in because I took a bubble bath with this morning. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, it's one of my favorite series, and this is the ending. It is 500 and some pages, so it's a little lengthier, but hopefully I can get through this today, maybe? We'll see. I'll check in later. All right, I am checking in for the last day of Grinchathon already. This is probably the least successful readathon that I've done this far, but whatever. It's a hard time of year to get things done, even when you don't have to work, apparently. And so last night I did not check back in because I was afraid to wake up my dog, Brady, because he fell asleep early for once. And I was very cautious to not make any noise so he would sleep through the night, and he did. So it's like having a baby, I swear. But this morning my dad and I went an hour down the road for his Christmas present from me, and we learned how to blow glass ornaments, and so that was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert the video of that here so you can see that in action. He enjoyed it so much, I enjoyed it so much, and I hope that we can do some more of that in the future because it was a great time. So the only other things on my agenda for today is to quickly film as many videos as possible so I can get those pre-filmed and do some editing on the road, I guess. And then I'm going to dig back into the Checkmate and hope I can finish it today. Probably not, but oh well. But before I get into those kind of things, I thought I would just do a quick tour of my Christmas decorations for the year. Didn't put the tree up because the dog is having a heyday already with pine cones, and so I didn't want to mess with the tree. So here are the decorations that I have for the year. So this frosty painting is something Mom and I made a couple years ago, and then I decorate this buffet for the seasons. I gotta have my VW bug, of course. And then I love this ceramic tree. My boyfriend and I did this at a ceramic paint party type thing a few years ago, and that's always something that has to go up. What do we have here? We have a dog eating a Christmas bird. No. But love that sign from Salty Bison, I think. And then we have this little fireplace that was my great-grandma's that she gave to me when she moved to the nursing home. And this little deer here is basically the equivalent of this to Brady, so I don't know if either of these will make it through the holiday. What do you think? We're never gonna have a Christmas tree, are we? He doesn't care, right? And I almost forgot this banner from, I think, Target. So not very Grinchathon-like, but there's that. And then moving over to the piano. I made this little Rudolph thing a while ago. And then, of course, another little VW bug. So that is the decor for this year. It is now 4:40 in the afternoon, and I'm just now sitting down to read for the first time today because life. So to get this done, of course, I got my book. I also have my drink, cherry Coca-Cola Zero, and I also have some white chocolate covered pretzels that some kiddos gave me. They're really yummy. So let's get started. Alright guys, it's time to call it a night. I'm going to do as much reading as possible that I can of the Checkmate before I crash, but it's probably not going to get finished, so no big deal. I will be back tomorrow with my wrap-up of the whole Grinchathon, so see you then. It is Christmas Eve, and I am here with my Grinchathon wrap-up. I spent the majority of today with my family, which are my parents, my brother, and then his twin daughters, which are 2. So, of course, we had a lot of fun today. We watched the Chiefs play some football, we ate lunch, opened presents, and just watched the twins be super cute. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and insert some footage of my super cute nieces doing what they do best, being super cute. So, enjoy. You gonna open it?
Presents!
Jay, get back.
Here, open yours.
Girls.
Those are Sissy.
Oh,
Here, open this.
snowy.
She just said holy schmoly. Holy schmoly. What are you doing, Riv? What'd you get?
Here's Remy. Remy's upset because
Remy, what is it? You want to put them on? We'll put your shoes on later.
here.
We're opening presents now.
Yeah,
Look.
open yours. Those
Help River. There's more. There's another one. Go get it.
No!
Whose is that one?
Those are Remy's shoes.
Which one? Here. Those?
We'll put them on later, honey.
What size are they?
5.
Woo!
Here's a toy.
What?
Lion. There it is. Where's Crocodile? Here it is. Where's the elephant? Here it is. Where's the giraffe? Here it is. Where are you? There you are.
What do you have? All right, back to the books. Here is what I read for Grinchathon. Checkmate by Stephen King. Stephen King. I've never read Stephen King. For the black cover, I read Stephen James's Checkmate. It is the last book of the Bowers file. Except it's not. I figured out during Grinchathon that there's actually like 2 spin-off books. So I guess I have to read those next. So my overall thoughts on this so far is that I enjoy it. As always, I love the characters. I'm not going to tell you a whole bunch about it because it is the last installment. But it also is a little bit predictable, which I don't remember the other ones being as predictable, but I've been able to like predict things even before the halfway point, and not the best, obviously, in terms of a mystery thriller, but it's still one of my faves. But I'm a little bit more than halfway through, so I made a good dent in it. But I didn't get that done, which is basically the tune of this whole wrap-up, so yay, but whatever. So I'm gonna finish that. And then this afternoon, while my niece was napping in my lap, I read the ebook of There's Someone Inside Your House. I'm not really sure if that counts because it's past the cutoff date for a Grinchathon, but I'm going to go ahead and count it. I only got 38 pages in, but it is really, really good so far. Like, from the first chapter, you're like, this is probably going to be actually a scary YA. So that's kind of crazy, but I'm excited to get deeper into this and see if I finish it. Now the next one is the 57 Bus. So I'm obviously not really getting too deep into this. I don't know if I'm not like engrossed by the writing or what's the deal, but I've read the background stories of Sasha and Richard. See, I don't even remember the name, but Richard, and now it's ready for the crime. So of course I've made it far enough. I still want to finish this, but we'll see. And one of the 2 books I did finish was Every Heart a Doorway. This was a feel-good read because it was short, and I actually finished it. Like I said in my thoughts during the vlogging, this is a different read than anything I've ever read before. It's like fantasy murder mystery, based off like fairy tale and other fantasy characters that you've already heard of, and I liked it. It was a little bit more graphic than I anticipated, and I still am going to give the rest of the books a shot from this series and others possibly by this author because they are so short. The other one I did finish was Stalking Jack the Ripper. This was through audiobook, which the audiobook was absolutely fantastic. I would definitely recommend it. Once again, this is another one that was pretty gruesome, and the climax of the story, I was flabbergasted, and that doesn't happen very often. It definitely took maybe like, is it magical realism? I don't know. It took a different twist at the end that I really wasn't expecting, just in the scientific realm, I suppose. It is all forensic based, so I definitely want to pick up the next one as soon as possible. I was going to break down and buy it on Audible to listen to because I love the reading experience through the audio of this one, but it was still 20 bucks, and so I'll just wait till my next credit rolls over for the next month, which, meh, but save your pennies because I buy enough books, that's for sure. And the last one I didn't even get to touch is The Sun Is Also a Star. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to read any of it, but I know it's one that I'll get to in 2018. I figured this would be a lighthearted read because the anniversary of my brother's death 5 years ago is actually in the middle of this past week. But instead of reading a lighthearted read, I picked up one of the darkest reads, which I think was this one. So whatever. You never know how the brain is working, and I thought this would be a good cushion if I needed it, but apparently I didn't need it the way I thought I did, so I'll get to it anyways. So to wrap it up, the only books I completely finished were these 2. I got basically halfway through on both of these, and I barely started There's Someone in Your House. So altogether, I did read 920 pages, which isn't all that bad. It definitely could have been worse, but I didn't obviously reach my goals. And the 2 books that I said I had to finish, I didn't even finish either of them, which I'm not too upset about because all of these other books that I chose, I'm absolutely loving and definitely want to finish. So that's okay with me, I guess. So as 2017 comes to an end, this was a great readathon to do. I think I might also do cramathon just to finish up some of the books that I am needing to finish that I've been like halfway through for several months now. I'm not going to do any vlogging because I will be on the road with family and friends to celebrate Christmas and the New Year. But I will put a TBR list together and I will put that video down below, so be sure to check that out. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it, hit subscribe if you want to see some more, and leave a comment down below about what you've been reading lately, and I would love to talk to you in the comments. So until next time, bye guys!